All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect. Shalom, Barakatham. I'm going to get straight into it. He's lost the plot, and so he's about to make something up. All right.
Campuses across the country by pro-Israel Good morning and welcome to Counterpoints. There was a massive crackdown on pro-Palestine protesters on campuses across the country by pro-Israel demonstrators out at UCLA and by pro-Israel proxies, NYPD, over at Columbia University. We're going to unpack all of that. Emily, what else?
All right, so you can see basically last night and really over the past several weeks, these protests have been breaking out across these college campuses. All right, now why is this significant? Because this is the level that Esau is the most heavily invested into, the youth, okay, which he has lost in one fell swoop. Ever since this whole October 7th thing has went down, he's basically lost it, man. Why do I say it's his biggest investment? Well, you look at where all the money is going. You know, these college campuses is where Esau has done a lot of damage. You ever wonder why you're starting to see the rise of rainbow and feminism agendas, why all of these weird and crazy ideologies? It's because he's got money in these universities, in these colleges, okay? He's heavily invested into it, okay? It's not a coincidence that the Harvard endowment has just like a cash stash of like $50 billion in it, man, just sitting in Harvard in the endowment. Okay, and it's the same with these other universities like Yale and Columbia, which these are all so-called Ivy League. All right, this is where he goes to indoctrinate the managerial class. What is the managerial class? All right, when the Rockefeller set this up, you had something called a working class. These are people that basically went to Rockefeller public schools, got their GED, got a certification, and that was it. They went to work. Then you have the managerial classes, which is what the universities were there for. The universities were there to give you a degree so you can work basically middle management. Okay. Now, obviously, over the years, all of this has collapsed. Okay, and now degrees, they're asking for a degree to be a shift manager at Starbucks. All right, on their qualifications. But that's how Esau structured everything, to have these middle management. These are people that go up to be directors, senior directors, vice presidents, senior vice presidents, CEOs. All right, and then you have a class above the managerial class, which is where just all of that old money sits. Okay, but the managerial class, which is what he's invested in with these universities, basically the indoctrination, that spell he's had over these people. All right, it's broken over what he's done. Okay, now let me get a precept real quick. Okay, I just want to speak about the covering cast in Isaiah 25. All right, which just really applies to the elect, but it's over everybody. Isaiah 25:7, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. Okay, so this thing that he's had, the whole American dream is unraveled now. Okay, all from what this nigga just did over there in October 7th. Okay, because now people are looking forward. They're saying, well, 40% of people that have degrees are not even working in the field that they have degrees in. All right, so they're working these jobs, these menial jobs. They'll be there 30, 40. They're watching people up in age, senior citizens at their job. You all know somebody at the job or place that you work that's been there for a long time, man. Now talk to them and ask how their financial situation is. Ask them how their retirement is looking. Can they stop working? You know, the answer is no, a resounding no. They cannot. And these people will be college educated. Okay, so there's been a tension that's been building. This is on top of all of this inflation going on. So you see how the Lord cooked this up? It's like a big gumbo, a judgment is what I call it. You know, so all of these things are basically being revealed. Okay, his plot has been uncovered. Okay, which is also promised. It says, verse 7 again, Isaiah 25:7, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. Okay, so this is spread. This is not just in America. 99% of the people that are protesting right now, they're against these people, man. All right, all over the world. And what's happening? These governments are in lockstep with who? The government over there that's doing all of this. Where all of the controversy centers. You have to be careful how you speak, because they, you know, they are our overlords, you know, in this society. And so that, but you notice it's the government's cracking down. Why? Because Amalek has people in all of these governments, man. They try to demonize you. Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, and that's anti this and anti that, to say, well, it's obvious, man. How do you have this much outrage, yet the government is in unison voting to give these people more money to continue what they're doing? Okay, now it's to the point where they're gonna have to do something drastic, because when this sustains closer and closer to this election coming up, it's gonna be quite clear as day who's gonna win and who's gonna lose, man. And it's not this guy Joe Biden. Okay, it's not. So if they take this election, just be prepared. We watched that movie Civil War. Just be prepared for these things to go down. Okay. Now let me get the precept we all know in Jeremiah 51. Or is it? Oh, is it 49? It might be 49 and 10. It says, Jeremiah 49 and 10, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. Okay, and so this is basically what we're seeing right now. And who's doing all of the uncovering? His own people, man. These other Edomites. Okay, which Amalek, when we say Amalek is of the house of Esau. Okay, he was the grandson of the actual person Esau. Okay, so the house of Amalek is the direct descendant. You know, Esau had a son, firstborn was Eliphaz, and then Eliphaz had a son named Amalek. Okay, and that's who these people are. All right, but they're all of the house of Esau, and they're all snitching on each other, man. They're telling. Why? Because they got to pay $15 for eggs as well. All right, they are going into the store, you know, seeing spaghetti sauce costs $11. Okay, they got to deal with this, man. They're having to work 2 or 3 jobs plus Uber. Okay, so they're all the Lord, just like He said it. He's divided everything. Okay, and it's all confounded, and He's being made bare. All of His plans are being made bare. Okay, it says his seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. All right. It says, leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. And so all of these kids that are protesting all around the world, the youth that have some kind of conscience, okay, because he went too far with these schools and universities, man. He should have just stuck to the script, what he was telling you in the 90s, okay? You know, you can lie to us about Columbus and and certain histories and things of that nature, but when you start telling people, if you believe you're a wolf, then wait a minute. Maybe nothing this guy told me was true. You see, he went too far. All right? And then October 7th was just the straw that broke the camel's back, man. Okay? And now, what has he done? He's employed massive violence against these people. Okay? There are cops showing up. They straight up handling people out there in these universities, man. Okay? And so now you can see the devil for who he really is. If he's treating his own people like that, what do you think he's going to do to y'all? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? Nothing good. Okay? And these people that are protesting, they're not right either. Okay? Let me get that real quick. I believe that's Job 14. see. It might be Job 20. Forgive me. Okay. Right. This is Job 20:9. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more. All right. Speaking about the end of this guy. Okay. Neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. Okay. So they're gonna the youth of his people are gonna grow a conscience. All right, they're gonna peddle things to you to make it seem like they're. Let's talk about we now. Okay, we got to do something about inflation. We got to do something about racial stereotypes. We got to do something about the drug crisis. All right. But what are they really doing though? They're really just siphoning off your energy to help further their enterprise, man. They really don't care about you. That's why it says their hands are going to restore everything. Your children, these people, they're going to restore these people, man. Y'all not getting off as a people. Y'all can't say, oh, that was them. Oh, that wasn't us. Those were the elites. No. All right. Y'all sat there and tolerated all of this BS from these elites. Y'all looked the other way because y'all were comfortable and you loved the lifestyle that you can live. Okay, at the expense of other people. You knew what they was. Obama been bombing I don't know what out of people for decades ago, man. 2001, all of those wars they started. Y'all didn't have nothing to say. Y'all were not in the streets about nothing, man, until it hit y'all. Okay. So there's no really integrity in these people, man. Y'all don't stand for anything unless you feel like it's hurting you directly. You see, and that's wicked because the scriptures say not to suffer sin on your brother. Okay, what is the point of a democracy if you're just gonna let it be taken over by a bunch of wicked, vile men, and they didn't have nothing to say for it? Well, that was the whole point, is so you can get in the streets and vote to get these people out. But see, these people are they really don't believe in this thing, man. This place is a reincarnation of Rome. It's hollow. There's no substance to these people, man. They're not willing to die for anything, they're not willing to suffer for anything, let alone die for it. Okay, and that's written in scripture that these people are weak and base men. Okay, and the Lord did that to prove His power. Okay, so what is the next step now that we know that he's lost the plot, he's lost the narrative? Okay, he's getting ready. You know that in Revelation 12. Okay. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. All right. And why are the angels rejoicing? Because they know when he does what we get ready to read, we're at the end. Okay. It says, and woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Okay, woe unto the inhabitants of the earth. That means everybody, man. It means Jake. But when this nigga wows out, nobody's safe, man. When in Civil War, they didn't care. In that movie, he was like, what kind of American are you? Straight up. There's gonna be race wars because naturally you're gonna have an affinity to your own people, your own kind, right? But this thing is gonna devolve. Okay, it's gonna be white against white violence everywhere. Okay, all right. And all of these nations are gonna be in the crosshairs, man. It says, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And when that happens, he really does not care about democracy. He doesn't care about fairness. He doesn't care about life. All right. And we have to continue bring these things out until Jake gets it. But Jake, most of y'all, the 2/3, y'all are not gonna get it until y'all have a chain around your neck again, or you're in a camp somewhere. Okay, until you're in line getting that charagma. All right, until it's obvious that he's a psycho. Okay, that's the reality of the situation, man. This is what comes next. All right. So that there was the cops down there in either North or South Carolina. It was in Charlotte, which I believe is North Carolina. All right, those cops got put down out there, man. Okay, and they could easily blame this on you know who. Okay, see, in all of this chaos and panic. Okay, this is where Esau thrives, man. All right, Esau thrives in chaos because he has a way of taking all the chaos and civilizing it to a point to control it, to getting a grip on it, to play it in his favor. And why is Esau so good in chaos? Because he sits he's in rulership. He sits above the fray, so to speak. Is a phrase. He's above the fray, meaning the chaos doesn't really touch him. So when everybody else is chaotic, he's at the advantage. Okay, it's no different than a man that's got the high ground with a sniper rifle and two enemies fighting. Well, that guy up on the hill, he's got the ultimate advantage, man. He could take both of y'all out if he want to. Okay, so this is why he thrives in chaos. This is why he foments so much chaos, civil unrest. Okay. Which brings me to my next precept. Let's see here. This is let me see. Yeah, Salakia. Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before. All right, which we've been highlighting this with all of these signs, okay? Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Now, I know this sounds crazy. I know this sounds far-fetched, you know, but that's how the Lord gets down, man. All right. It's going to be a surprise to 99.9% of people here. Okay. And it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, all right, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So all of this was already been written. Okay, and we are seeing uproars of the people. Okay, now watch him start to pivot and push out certain narratives. Okay, then he's got the other ace in his back pocket, which is millions and millions of military fighting age men that cross the border that are just chilling here, man. Okay, yeah, we haven't even seen that yet. Okay, you're just seeing it pop off on these campuses, but there's nothing stopping Esau from activating certain groups of individuals that he's got here in America to go out and start fomenting more wickedness. Then what can he do? Then he's justified in bringing in what? Lockdowns. Okay, selling you on this idea of a polycrisis. We got to do something. What that means is basically you gotta fall in line. You gotta have an electric car rented. Okay, this here is banned. That's banned. This is locked down. That's locked down. This is how you pay for things now. Okay, he's going to be justified in all of it. All right? Because that's how he rules, man. Okay? This is how this guy rules. The scriptures say he ruled the people with a perpetual stroke. Let me go to it. Lakia. Continual stroke. This is Isaiah 14, verse 5. The Lord Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. Okay. All right. He says, who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. So he's really not let up, man. It wasn't enough to have the all of the war and death he's caused throughout that. It wasn't enough to enslave everybody economically with the US dollar. Okay, it wasn't enough to switch out all of the foods for these fake foods, these GMO, these hybrids, and just straight up artificial foods that make up 70-80% of the American diet now, man. Okay, you got to pay a premium to get organic. None of that was enough. He had to keep going and keep going and keep going. Okay. He said, well, I know we said free speech, but will we take that back now? Okay. Yeah, I know we said there was an American dream, but hey, it turns out you can't own anything actually. You gotta rent. You gotta rent from us. All right. And when you look at the top of these companies, who owns these companies, these big giant mega corporations, who's running it? Okay. And what you'll find out when he's talking about GDP numbers are up, what he's not telling you is that 15 trillion plus in GDP, that's like 17 people own half of that, man. Okay. Like literally half of that GDP, that 7 trillion is going to a handful of people, man. They could probably fit in this car. Okay. That own half of it. Okay, so don't let this guy brag and tell you about GDP's up. No, he's up. You're not up. You don't own anything. You're not allowed to. You need a license just to drive around, man. And these things don't really dawn on people until it's too late. But see, the men of the Lord are not going to be confused by this. We're not going to be deceived by this. Scriptures say, lest Satan get advantage of you. We're not ignorant of his devices. All right, so or more nonsense and chaos, man. He's getting ready to make a crazy move. Like I said, that eclipse passed. This is a heavy year. Something ridiculous is getting ready to go down. All right. So I'll end it there. Lord willing, this is edifying. Call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. B'Hashem Rachak W'dah Shalom. Kom Yashar.